All right. So what do we have here? Hi everyone. My name is Victory, and today I'll be talking to you about a brand we worked with, Arise Beverages. Now, there's some of you that know me personally, and some of you are probably wondering what the hell happened with Arise. But that's a conversation. You can wait for that at the end of the video. But first and foremost, I guess a good place to start is, the beginning. What really inspired it? So imagine this year, I think it was 2019. This was a period where I was still a student. At this point, I was just realizing that life was full of scams. At this point, I was just coming out of the church. I realized that the food we were eating wasn't real. Our creams were fake. The coconut cream didn't really have any coconut. Our soda or diet sodas didn't have actual oranges, and they were just derivatives of petroleum. And these were all things, and you gotta imagine I'm this young guy and full of emotion. I guess emotion is the word. So at this point, I was very angry. I was very emotional, and it's like my whole life had been a lie. Well, looking back now, obviously, I felt like that wasn't really necessary. But hey, it is what it is. So at this point, there was a drive to stick it to the system or stick it to whatever. So at the time, to get healthy products, I think now it's a bit more, healthy products are a bit mainstream, but at the time, to get anything real, you had to go to an organic shop, right? Or a wellness shop. And at the time, these types of shops or products were quite difficult to find. You'd have to go into a farm somewhere in Stellenbosch, or you have to search through the internet, extensively to find anything natural. So at this period, the question came in, how could we make healthy products, mainstream? Or at least that was a personal question for me. So at this time, I met the business partner who had kombucha drinks. So a big question at the time was, how can we make healthy products mainstream? So when you go to your shops and you find Coca-Cola and Fanta, how can we put a healthy natural product right beside it on the shelf, mainstream, where I don't have to go through the deepest corners of the internet to find this? So this was the drive. So to solve this problem over the next couple of years, we actually did a number of things. We first, had to digitize the entire ecosystem. What that means is we had to create a website, we had to create an e-commerce shop, we had to put our payments integration on these shops. COVID made it even more difficult because with COVID, we needed to go a lot more online. So we developed different strategies online. We created a lot of very unique content, very unique, marketing strategies to help drive this. And I must say shout out to people like the deaf designer, Temba, if you're seeing this, hola. But a big part of that was, how do we get this physical thing that happens on a day-to-day, and how do we get it or a digital parallel of what currently exists, and how do we take it to a more mainstream audience? So a big mainstream audience you want to start with, in our case, was youth. So we drove various initiatives. One initiative is something we called Slice of the Back, and the concept was simple. If you get eyes on our product on your personal WhatsApp status, you should get paid for that because you're a part of getting us sales. So we engage with multiple influencers from different cultures across, South Africa. This was quite an interesting experience because you get to meet new people, you get to engage with different cultures, and we're able to actually drive sales. So as to what type of sales, now I can't give you the actual numbers, or the, for NDA reasons and privacy reasons, and you don't just do that. But in terms of what we did, in terms of success, we were grossing close to hundreds of thousands on average on the monthly basis. We were able to raise investments, or at least we made the business attractive enough to raise funds for, close to R500,000. Doesn't sound like a lot of money, to the, big boys, but you gotta think of it like this. We were students and we were clueless. So it's not like we had a mentor per se, or maybe we should have, maybe we would have increased that number, but this was us just doing things and trying things, and there was creative freedom to get this done. So our business became quite attractive for investors. We got multiple, I think hundreds of influencers across South Africa to get invested in our products, in sharing our products. It became a personal and household brand. We reached quite a number of people through our various marketing initiatives, from Google Ads to organic traffic to views on Facebook and YouTube and TikTok and that kind of thing. I think one thing we also really did was we drove awareness, which was quite important. We forced people to ask the question, like, what's your gut? Why is your gut important? And this was something you would never do in the past, because you see diet soda orange and you assume it's natural orange. So we started forcing people to ask questions like, what's in the food and what's in the drinks, and why is it like this and why is it like that? So a big component of that was not just buying and selling, it was educating and driving a new way of thinking. Now, where are we with Arise today? Are we still with Arise? Fortunately and unfortunately, I guess, no, we are not. There's personal reasons, there's professional reasons, and I cannot go into that in this video. One thing I will say, however, is a big component of that, which I think is very important, not just for me, but even for you if you're watching this. Whatever you do, whether you working for someone, you have your business, you're doing a side hustle, whatever you do, if it doesn't bear fruit, you gotta let it go. I know as people, we tend to get attached to things we've done out of passion or out of our hearts. It doesn't mean you're letting go of yourself, you're just letting go of a tree that's not bearing fruit. So in our case, Arise has its ups, it had its down, but when I looked at the entire picture, components of it bore fruit, some components didn't bear fruit, and it was just time to move on. I do wish the Arise team the best. I wish them success in their future endeavors, but that's all I would say for now. We accomplished what we wanted. Oh, by the way, I'm going to share some pictures as well. We have pictures of our drinks in shelves competing with the famous brands. I'm quite proud of that. There was a picture that I saw the drink, because the drink was mostly based in shops around South Africa, but there was a day where I was trying to take a bus to Limpopo from Joburg, and I saw the drink, the guys that are selling the drinks on the street, the hawkers on the street. And again, it doesn't sound like a big deal when you look at it from external view, but you gotta look at it from the part of, we started from practically nothing, and we were at the point, or at least when we were exiting the business, we got to a point where we could see our drinks on the streets, we could see our bottles on the street. By the way, stay away from plastic. It's a story for another day. But it was a proud moment to see our drink in Johannesburg, which was kilometers, like hundreds of kilometers, what am I saying, almost 500 kilometers away from where our mainstream audiences were. And this was without marketing, without advertising, without any of that. So someone thought it was important enough to sell it in Joburg. So for me, I think that was a very proud moment, a proud highlight. I'll see if I can find the picture. I have it somewhere. But that's it for now with Arise Beverages. You can check our website, victory.digital. There's quite a number of interesting projects there that we've done and we're working on. You can check out this video that talk to why we're doing what we're doing, the need for something new, something different, especially if you're tired of the status quo. Stay tuned, and go big.